Hello folks, this is Janet and Greg and we're in Gilmer, Texas. We have a sad story to talk about a missing girl from this area from 1992. Come and watch. Alright, the person I'm referring to is Kelly Day Wilson. She is beautiful, 17-year-old girl from Natchitoches, Louisiana. Her dad is still there, her stepmom was still there, but she came here to Gilmer, Texas with her mom and stepdad. And she was going to high school here. Beautiful girl. I'm standing here in front of what used to be the Northeast Texas video store. And she had been working here for about 6 months when she disappeared on January 5th, 1992. Last seen about 8:30 p.m. Okay, this story's all messed up, man. Never been solved. And they just had a vigil here last January 5th to try to keep some interest in this. Her mom's in her 70s now, if she's still here. But this store was a thriving place for, videos. And Joe Henry was the manager here and was actually the last person to see her personally that night. Okay. It was 8:30, close up. She was going to make the bank deposit. Okay. Joe asked her, well, are you working tomorrow? Are you open tomorrow? She goes, yeah. I'll see you then. Okay. That's the last person to talk to her. Okay, this video store is right here. And her car was parked over here. So let's take a walk here. Back then, I don't think it was paved. But she was parked here. I believe they came out the side door, her and Joe both. And she had the deposit. So I'm going to drive you around to how close that deposit box was. It's real close. So we'll drive around there right quick. Okay, here's the video store. And here's the closest turn to the bank.
She's right behind the video store.
Yeah. And that's Buffalo.
Yeah, the video store was located at 100 Buffalo Street.
I'm sure this back here was smoother back then. Okay. And this looks like the bank drop-off, like it's a bank drop-off window.
Yep.
Okay. I believe this is where, see, it says night deposit, but that's for city offices.
That was the bank, yeah.
Yeah, it was the bank. Okay. So it shows video, a very grainy video of an arm putting something in the window, okay? I believe it had to be her. Now, if anybody was in the car with her, we don't know. But when Joe said she left by herself, okay? So I can't take a left turn here, but I'm gonna go back to where she parked, where they found the car.
Now, the strange thing is that when they found the car the next morning, somebody had slashed the back driver's side tire, correct? Or was it the passenger side?
The back tire.
Yeah, and that tire either was slashed before she got in it and she realized it when she was making the cash drop-off, or it had to have been slashed between the bank and going back to the video store. But it doesn't make sense that she would go back to the video store because she just gotten off work and they had closed together.
Alright, the thing is, the tire was off the rim. She probably went right there to the bank and realized, oh, dang, I got a flat tire. So, thing is, if the car was found the next morning. Well, she had mentioned earlier that she was going to go meet up with friends. There's like a little party. Well, she never showed up to the party either. Okay? But the next morning, her stepdad found the car parked by the video store with the tire partially off the rim.
And then all the craziness really started.
Yeah.
Wasn't there rumors that a satanic cult had kidnapped her?
Yeah, that's all part of the story. Yeah. That's all deep into it.
So this is the video store again. And Janet's going to park approximately where her car was found.
So it's easy enough to get around that quick back then. I'm sure she just turned left there. You're not allowed to right now, but back then I'm sure there was no left turn sign from that. Okay, let me show you her little gold Dodge Charger was found the next morning, parked approximately here, because I could tell on the pictures, and this tire was literally off the rim. Oh, okay. The thing is, I'll get back in because it's hot. There's the door there that Joe and her came out of. Her car was found here with the window open. Her purse was still there, okay? But the keys were gone. All right, so what I'm assuming, let me get in. What I'm assuming actually is that she is going to go back in and call somebody to help her with the tire. Okay. And girls don't leave their purses if they're going anywhere at all. She left her purse in the car. So I bet she is just going to make a phone call and come back out. Okay, well, whatever happened, she's gone. Okay?
Now, was her purse in the car the next morning?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it wasn't a robbery then?
No. And, okay, number one, you're a girl, you're getting ready to go party. You're taking your purse.
Yeah.
If somebody came to get her to go to the party, she would have had a purse so she can do her little lipstick or a little more mascara or whatever, because girls are like that. You know what I mean? Girls will not be, and you know, she's 17, it's be tampons, perfume, stuff like that. Whatever in her purse, okay? Girls wouldn't be leaving her purse.
Yeah.
So, okay. If a girl has problems with the car, who do you call first? Girl, her daddy? Boyfriend? Best friend? Come get me?
If she's living at home, it'll be her daddy.
Yeah. But if she's going to a party, say, your best friend, come pick me up. I got a flat tire. Something like that.
Yeah.
Okay. Apparently, there were no phone calls made to anybody. So I don't think she made it into the building to make a phone call.
So you think she was abducted out here in the parking lot?
Yeah. But now, I just barely heard this. Somebody said they saw the car here with the flat tire. Okay. Let me tell you about the flat tire stuff. Some kid was out here slashing tires. First I heard it's just her tire. No, I heard like several cars, their tires were slashed. So that kid got in trouble for slashing tires. Okay, they thought he might be involved, but her car wasn't the only one that had a slashed tire, okay? And it's happened more than one night.
Right, but that doesn't eliminate him from being the person that slashed the tire.
No, he slashed tires. He got in trouble for it.
For slashing her tire?
Yeah, he admitted to it.
Okay.
Okay, He got in trouble for that. Okay, so he's no longer a suspect, but he did get in trouble for that legally. Okay, and actually, his name was Michael Bibby. You know, just being young kids, stupid. All right. Okay, her boyfriend was Chris Denton.
I'm surprised he didn't get in more trouble, because if he did slash her tire, had it not been for the tire being slashed, she may be alive today.
Well, that's on his back. He'll probably feel guilty for the rest of his life.
Yeah.
But no, he got in trouble for being a stupid kid slashing tires in parking lots downtown. Okay. All right. Now, another thing. Okay. Joe Henry, the manager, actually being the last person to see her alive, apparently. Okay. He was questioned over and over again, of course. Shown pictures of different people that might have came in talking to her, or known sex offenders, that mug shots and stuff. Anybody that might have come in if he recognized, and even school photos. You know, who had been in, who's watching, you know, anything like that. He was grilled, okay? Okay, another thing is 2004, he got arrested for having some questionable type material, okay? You know, photographs and videos and stuff, you know, but that's all I know about that. But that's 2004. But, okay, now, the boyfriend. Okay, I think his cousin or something was trying to say that he wasn't where he was that night or something. Didn't want to be involved. They say he was hot-tempered. He died in 2004 of cancer. Okay, nothing ever came about with that. But you know what threw off a bunch of this investigation? There was, okay, Sergeant James Brown from the Gilmer Police Department was trying to investigate this stuff, trying to find out what happened to this young girl. There's another police officer, Roger Holman. They were trying their best. Okay, did she have problems at home? You know, this girl was the FFA sweetheart in Louisiana. You know, this girl had friends. She went up missing. She had a purple rugby shirt on, some cutoffs, some brown loafers. She had rings on and some earrings on, and she was cute as a button too.
Long-haired blonde.
Yeah, kind of, yeah, blonde. Cute. And next thing you know, she's up and missing. The police department's trying to find out as much as they can. The stepdad, you know, found the car in the morning. Joe Henry said she didn't show up at noon, so that made, you know, him even more concerned. And then next thing you know, there's no leads for nothing. They're questioning family members and friends and everybody, but nothing comes of it. Okay. A few months later, there's these people that are accused of child abuse. And these kids were the Kerr family. There's the Smith family, the Connie Martin. There's a total of 8 people that were investigated and indicted and such. This story gets a total mess. Okay, starts with the Kerr family kids accusing them of abuse and stuff like that, and they're put into foster care. The foster parents actually doing this technique called holding, where you squeeze the kids until they tell you what they want, or it's called holding. That technique is torture. Okay, they're getting these kids to say stuff just to get let loose. Started saying that, oh, their daddy put them out in the woods and said the devil's gonna come, and that they cut up babies, they were drinking blood. Then there's a total of, altogether, after all this comes out, there's some investigators from Louisiana called Leifert. A special prosecutor is coming out named Leifert, and they call him the Leifert team. There's 5 of them, and they had these special satanic agents that were
specialized in the occult.
Yeah, the occult and satanic stuff, and they made a big to-do about all this stuff. There's no real evidence. Then, like, the wife, Wanda Kerr, started saying stuff. The Leifert team is going to, prosecute them, and kind of scared them so bad they started saying stuff just so that they wouldn't be thrown in prison for stuff. And saying that, oh yeah, even said there was a group of people that belonged to that abduct children and do satanic worship and cut up bodies, and it was a mess. In fact, Mr. Brown, poor man, was named into this for because he wanted to investigate things, for Kelly Wilson, and the Leifert team said, you better just stay out of my way. Like they wanted their names in the paper. And so then all of a sudden, he's involved. Wanda Kerr says, oh yeah, he was involved. I'm going like, what? Why is there, Sergeant James Brown was trying to find this girl. Well, these satanic worship specialists, whatever, were trying to make this all a big to-do about satanic worship. They even Wanda Kerr and Carrie Wilson, they were both in jail cell together. It's a mess. All their children were taken away. Almost like 12, 15 children out of these 3 families were all taken away and in foster care. And some of these kids were actually enticed to say stuff like, oh, I collect bones, and we drink blood in a kettle, and there were some issues in the Carr family.
Now, wasn't the chief of police also arrested or something in all of this?
This is Sergeant Brown.
Okay.
Sergeant Brown.
Okay, it's a confusing story.
Yeah, and Roger Holman also was implicated in a little bit. But they tried to indict Brown, the Kerr family. I mean, the Kerr family, they had this brother, this ex-wife, that ex-wife, and, but when they put these 2 women in a cell together, and they made up this big story that they took Kelly Wilson out to a shed, they raped and tortured her for a whole week, and it's Brown and Kerrs and all these, and Smiths, and like 8 different people, well, like 10 people in this group.
But they were all acquitted.
Yeah, they were all acquitted because they all came out that it was all made up, okay? There were some family issues with the Kerrs, okay? But nothing like that. I mean, it was so bad that they lost track of trying to find Kelly with all the political, being in the newspaper thing,
But she's still missing today.
Yeah.
With no real leads.
Right. Right. And some of the people have passed.
And she would be 48 today. Or at this time.
Yeah. But it's like the Texas is the Shane Phelps took away all the charges. He said it's all bullshit. I mean, it was all nothing to do about nothing. And I just feel bad about the kids going to foster care and that were actually tortured to a point. I call it torture. If you've been doing the whole technique, it's not good. It's not good. It's terrifying for the child. And actually, two of the foster parents committed suicide. Okay? Because of all this. And because they, I guess they got caught doing stuff.
And since that time period, there's been numerous young girls that have been kidnapped and taken or, in the East Texas area. In fact, there was a rash of them. And I think that there's been like 14 to 16 in the last 20 years that have disappeared. And but for some reason, Kelly's case kind of struck a nerve with everybody. So that's the case that people tend to be drawn to out of all these cases.
But it's like...
sad situation.
Yeah. And if you can see, that's Buffalo and Titus right here. There's the courthouse right there. I mean, seriously, you guys. She disappeared from right here. And I go like, okay, and they think the cops involved? No.
And it was 8:30 at night. It wasn't like it was midnight.
Right. But, these people that just wanted the limelight in the news headlines. Oh, the Lifer team found out there's more satanic rituals going on. And it was all in the papers. Okay? Now, of course, there's going to be missing people, but in the northeast area of Texas, it seems like there have been a lot.
My sister was going to school here in Gilmer when that happened.
In 1992. And, it's a shame that James Brown's career was totally ruined. He actually did bring up some lawsuits. So did some of the Kerr people, because the intimidation from the Lifer team, and nothing ever got settled. They even had to pay all their court fees and everything else. They didn't get nothing out of it, but they were intimidated for no reason. People were making up stories because they were intimidated. And I'm sure the kids were emotionally distraught for the rest of their lives. That type of thing. The main thing, like the reporter from Longview Journal, he said it's a shame. It's a shame that her story has been lost. You guys, well, Kelly Day Wilson is still gone. And they're still saying, if you know anything, bring it up to the Gilmer Police Department. And it's just sad. And, we share everything with you if we find something like this. And, maybe it'll help resolve the case. All right. Y'all take care. Have a blessed day. And thank you.
Strange RV tours will take you places with Greg and Janet's smiling faces. You might see a crazy flavored soda review or some tips to fit your RV too. So come along, won't you join us, friend, as we discover what's around the bend. Just sit right back in your easy chair. Strange RV Tours is on the air. Strange RV Tours is on the air.